Money 2017. This time I thought I'd start the year off by talking about raw money, what we can do for ourselves coming into the new year. In a couple of weeks, I guess, 1 week or whenever this shit come out, Donald Trump will be your new president. And you're probably hearing people saying they're going to invest in defense and they're going to invest in this and invest in that. You've probably been hearing people talk about, it's going to be worse, get ready for the recession. You're probably hearing people talking about that the housing is going up, but there's going to be a chance that you can, do this and do that. That's all speculation. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't know what's really about to go down, so they just keep coming up with fucking theories all day about what could possibly happen. Motherfuckers don't know if this dude is going to be a good president or not. They just don't like him. So a long time ago, when I first moved to Baltimore, one of my homies now, he had a bad reputation. So when I first came over there, they're like, oh man, don't fuck with homie. He this way, he this way. So when I got there and I chopped it up with him, he was cool. He's one of my best friends now. And, just misunderstood, but dudes who about they shit get misunderstood. So, he come from nothing. He had to do what he had to do. Long story short, don't listen to other people. Do what the fuck you gotta do. With that being said, listen to what I'm about to say. So, this is the time, young homie, if you ever had my $1.15 book, this is the time that you want to go and buy I-bonds. Now, let me give you the basic reason why. The Fed raises the interest rate a quarter point. They have 3 more to go. When you have an interest rate on bonds, it goes up, right? Right now, at this very moment, the I-bond is yielding somewhere about 3.6%. Now, ask any dumb motherfucker investing in stocks, what is the average return? And they will tell you somewhere around 4%. So, in other words, you can go play that bullshit and try to get a stock and hope it goes up 4%, right? Or you can get a sure thing that's going to be 4% when the Feds raise the interest rates another 3 times by the end of this year. This is money, homie, not speculation, not bullshit. I get so tired of motherfuckers talking about stocks who ain't really in it. I get so tired of motherfuckers talking about that they're going to invest this money blindly and don't know what the fuck they're going to invest in. Asking people, what do you think I should invest in? And none of us are fucking stockbrokers. You see how crazy this shit is? I'm trying to stop you before you fuck up your money listening to motherfuckers who have no idea. It's the blind leading the blind. And when it comes to money, you fucking lose. So remember, treasurydirect.gov. Go get you some I-bonds. They're yielding 3.6% right now. They're going to yield 4 to 5% by the end of the year. Right? And it goes with inflation. So as things go up, which it will, you will have it. For you guys who just had children, if you would just put $100 to $200 in the I-bonds every month, your child, when the time your child turns 18, this is going to be a good chunk of money, and you didn't do nothing but put $200 aside. Guaranteed by the government. No speculation, no stocks, no mutual funds, none of that middle class bullshit where you're talking about who you invested with and you like Fidelity or you like TD Ameritrade or you like Scottrade. That shit is for weirdos. Who the fuck talks about that? Who the fuck talks about the dude cutting the lawn? I use so-and-so to cut my... Who but a customer talks about who they give their money to invest for them? This shit is retarded. Motherfuckers been listening to so-called rich people for so long, they think they doing rich things. But for those of us who hustle, for those of us who make money, it's very simple to do. You understand what I'm saying? Go to treasurydirect.gov, buy some I-bonds. If you haven't started in the last 5 years, motherfucker, here's another chance again, right, to jump into the game. For y'all that had I-bonds already, your interest rate is going up now, right? Everything's going up now, right? So why are they doing this? Let me help you to understand. In order for the country to recover from a recession, they have to make the interest rates go up so they can lower it so the banks can invest and people can invest. But if it's already low like it is right now, if there was a recession, then the Treasury couldn't do anything to stop it, the Federal Reserve. So they're automatically doing this in anticipation of what? Maybe a recession. Think, motherfucker. It's right in front of you. It's on TV every day. Think of what they're trying to say. We have to get these interest rates back up so if there is a recession, we can mitigate it. So they're going to do 4 adjustments in 1 year. Look up how many times they have ever did 4 adjustments in 1 year. This is some new shit. This is some Ronald Reagan shit. This is some hyperinflation shit, right? If you're looking for a house, get one soon, because the interest rates are going up. If you're going to get a car on payments, get one soon, because the shit's about to go up. This is just me giving you a warning for the beginning of this new year, right? Also, I hear a lot of people always jumping on me about STEM. And I don't give a fuck, homie. I'm just being brutally honest with you. If you're not going to do this shit for yourself, then you're just another slave. You're just another hooker. I don't give a fuck what part of the game you get into. I don't care if you get into coding. I don't care if you get into, you see all the black people say, I'm starting a coding thing so I can build a whole farm of plantation motherfuckers who learn how to code shit all day. Right? And that's what they're going to do. So now all these young cats getting out of school are thinking I should code. Including my nephew, homie. I don't want you to think we irrelevant. We out of this shit. Right? So my goal with you guys is to understand one thing. I want you to get your shit together and sit down and think within the next 2 weeks where the country's going, where you need to be. You need to just invest in shit that's going to get you to that point. Right? That's it. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you cats because I know you're going to be bombarded with all kind of shit. Remember all them people who lost their house from the last recession? Weren't they talking all this shit? Right? Weren't they saying we should get a house and it's a good time to invest? Weren't they saying to you that you need to buy the worst house in the best neighborhood? Weren't they saying all this same shit that none of them ever capitalize on? These motherfuckers are so goddamn retarded, they just keep repeating the same thing. If you walk up to a woman and the game you have and the verbiage you use is no good, right? Then what's the use of saying it again 3 years later? You must be retarded. So a lot of the dudes about to come out with this information is not right information. They just gonna regurgitate the same shit. There's no money in it. Third thing, I hope you have divested yourself from inspirational motherfuckers by now. If you have not, then go ahead and give them your money. You have a lot of people out here now. It's a new lick, and I'm not against it because you know what? Fuck it, man. If you need somebody to give you a rah-rah speech, you understand what I mean? Before you go out to make money, motherfucker, then do it. I use rap music, homie. I might turn on something to get me in the mood, but it ain't. I might turn to dope music, so I know it ain't, you know what I'm saying, inspirational like, hey, Freeman, let's get out and start a business. Listening to grinding or something like that, homie. I'm listening to something else. What I'm trying to get you to understand now is this. There's a new wave of fake shit. You already see it with all the internet. And I told you this years ago when motherfuckers was making their own brand. Where are the motherfuckers who made their own brand now? Remember that wave? Then now it's the new wave of coding. And when I was growing up, it was like the new wave of being in computer science. Remember that? So all this shit is new, but it ain't no money in it. This is what happens when you ignorant and you don't know how to build on shit. This is what happens when you don't know regular history that you already lived through. Fuck all the other shit. Fuck the Revolutionary War, homie. You need to know regular shit. Shit that you already lived through. The last 7 years. What was the mistakes that most motherfuckers made about money? What did they do wrong? What can we do better? Remember there was a time when you said, oh man, you know, Freeman, if I would have bought this, homie, I would have been, you know what I'm saying, really on top of it, right? If I would have did this, Freeman, I would have did, you know, I wish I would have invested into this. I wish I would have got this. I wish I would have had this. You need to revisit them conversations. A lot of you cats been on the internet. A lot of you cats been on Facebook. Why don't you dip back to like 2007, 2008, 2012, 2013, and look at what you were talking about when it came to money? Because you saw some shit that you didn't capitalize on and you didn't move on it, but now might be the time to move on it. It's infrastructure time. It's mortar and brick time. It's building time, homie. So the biggest thing I want you to know about this whole podcast is it's time for us to get focused on what really makes money for us and what that's going to be for the new year. I'm still going to always advocate the same shit. You know, do for self, help yourself. You know what I'm saying? Buy a house that's, you know what I'm saying? That could be a rental, or buy a house that's good for you that the payments are low. Invest in bonds. You know what I'm saying? Learn some shit that's for yourself. Stop learning shit for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Stop with this following motherfuckers because they feel you think that they should know better. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a goddamn follower. Stop waking up in the morning and thinking, I need to listen to this dude because he's motivational. You need to always look at motherfuckers and see if, you know what I'm saying, what they produce, if you understand what I'm talking about. What they say produces anything. I'm not against motherfuckers listening to people. My nephew right now, he's out of college now. So y'all been with me that long. But he's out of college. And when we talk about things, he say, you know, Uncle, I get up in the morning and I listen to these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a couple of things. I've been listening and learning and all this shit. So we had a nice long talk about business and what they tell you is business. And he finally saw it my way. I said, so you get up in the morning and you listen to these dudes and they tell you all this shit and you get motivated, but you don't have no fucking business. And he finally started, he said, yeah, it is backwards. I said, yeah, see, all this shit that they're teaching is how to be prepared to receive money when you finally start learning how to make money. Well, you know, this is fucking stupid, right? You can dream about a car you're gonna have. You can dream about the life you want. But really, the guts of the whole shit is that we have to learn how to make money. I want you to stop being so fucking dazzled by shit that don't make money. By these conversations that people are having and thinking that they're smart and thinking that they know better. You know what I mean? And they don't. Homie, it's only so many people in this game who millionaires, right? The rest of these motherfuckers are lying. I done told you this for years. What I want you to always remember is we have to grow up as men. If what a motherfucker says does not turn into something, we need to stop listening to him. The reason I have issues with most people, and I don't have that many issues because I don't even fuck around, I handle my shit. But the reason I have issues with most people is that when I walk out into the world, I don't believe what they believe. You know, Freeman, don't you think black women are attacking us? Not really, homie. I don't know what the fuck you in. You know, hey, Freeman, don't you think that Trump is gonna do something to it? Man, he had enough money to harm blacks when he was in New York. Did he do it? Don't you think, Freeman, that we gonna be in for another war? If we are, motherfucker, what are you gonna do about it, homie? You know what I mean? If you scared, run somewhere, homie. I mean, I'm just saying, get out of here. What do we have in these conversations? Right now, the level of male gossip, remember when I introduced that shit years ago, has elevated to such a point that motherfuckers don't even care that dudes are talking crazy shit. You know who broke up? Who? Beyonce and... Man, who gives a fuck? I mean, I'm just saying, homie, it don't make money for us. So, part 1 of the podcast was telling you how to make money. Maybe part 2 or 2.1 is telling you to stop. You know, if you haven't sharpened your laser on a motherfucker, sharpen your knives, homie. We don't want to be stabbing motherfuckers 20 times. We want to get to the point, literally, for him and for me, homie. And dig what I'm saying? So, I want you to sharpen your skills, homie. Stop paying attention. Now, let me get into the major point of this whole podcast. Every year, we're going to come around here and we're going to talk about money. Every Monday, I try to keep it consistent for you cats so y'all can listen and build and think. You know what I'm saying? Use your own brain. I don't try to hold your hand in this game. I try to spark an idea in you and let you know that we're God, so why can't you do godly things? What I want you to understand is, at this point in life, you need to think about what kind of situation we're in. If you think 2017 is going to be a good year, you need to take risks. If you think 2017 is going to be a rough year, you need to make sure your shit is solid. Now, what did I introduce this whole podcast on? The I-bonds? What did I tell you about the Fed raising 3 or 4 interest rates, right? In 1 month, in 1 year? What did I tell you about get a car, get a this? Right? Because I don't necessarily believe it's going to be a good time coming up. Not because of Donald Trump. Because that motherfucker just a puppet. That's why he don't even give a fuck about the things. I feel it might be a bad year primarily because look how the Fed and everyone's preparing. Right? Every time these motherfuckers come up, we go through times when things get better and then somebody come and fuck it up. It's a soap opera, homie. And you got to know what cycle we in. The stock market is up to like 19, 20,000, whatever the fucking number is, breaking new records every day, right? But it ain't based off of nothing, homie. It ain't based off of something you can identify. It ain't based off of new housing. It's not based off of anything that you know, right? What is it based off of? And how can you capitalize on it, right? So I don't believe it's based off anything. I'm not saying it's going to be a collapse. I just don't know what the fuck it's about, right? And you have to learn to say, what is my life going to be? If you're already pretty secure, homie, then we don't give a fuck what happens in the world, homie. If they cutting jobs, they cut jobs. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers out there tricking and hoeing, so be it, man. Shit happens every time something bad happens. If motherfuckers are wearing pink backpacks walking down the street and they some dudes, you just say, oh shit, the world's changing. Motherfuckers don't know who they are, right? I want you to pay attention to what you think this world is going to be, homie, and act accordingly. You're going to win either way, homie. You see what I'm saying? The motherfucker who take risks during bad times is usually accumulate a lot of shit. And the motherfuckers who's conservative during bad times usually get a lot of shit. Right? So if I say I'm going to go pick up all the houses that barely cost me anything, all right, let me do that. Or if I say I'm just going to invest in bonds because I know that shit's guaranteed, so all the money I was about to put into the houses, Freeman, I'm going to go ahead and throw that shit into a whole bunch of bonds. Homie, how many can I have a year? Okay, let me go ahead and do that. Let me put 12 G's into that shit, right? So it's up to you. It's money to be made either way, homie, and that's the game I'm trying to get you to understand. I'll give you the last 3 minutes of this. When me and my brother, we were talking about money, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, kind of dawned on us. We said, these motherfuckers making money whether times are good or times are bad. And I said, man, we have to learn how to make money on the ups and the downs. So for the last couple of years, that's all we've been really doing. Is thinking about how we're going to make money on the ups and the downs. We forecast just like all the white people you love, right? We sit back and say, this is going to make us money. This isn't. This is where we should go. This isn't. What is it looking like where you at? How's the money going? They pricing everybody out of Los Angeles. Motherfuckers got to move to Dallas. Motherfuckers got to move to Houston. Motherfuckers got to move to Charlotte. Motherfuckers got to move to all these other cities you're about to hear motherfuckers getting up and moving to. And they should have moved there about 4 or 5 years ago when shit was cheap. But the grand majority of motherfuckers are late to the game, homie. All right? They always going to be late to the game. And they going to sit back and say, well, I could have bought this shit. Right now, I got a partner in Houston. And Hugh Freeman, man. The house you got, man, you could have, man, they don't got houses like that in Houston no more. I said, well, when I told you to come out this motherfucker, they were cheap. Oh, Freeman, Atlanta ain't like that no more. When I told you to go out and get something in Atlanta, it was cheap. When I told you to go out to Charlotte, it was cheap. Dallas, it was cheap. Tulsa, it was cheap. All these places, I've been saying it for years. So a lot of motherfuckers gonna be late to the game. Right? Memphis, a lot of places. So dudes ain't thinking. But now what's gonna happen? Shit's on the incline, right? I have properties, my shit is double, damn near triple. Right? And this ain't even the big prime yet. It's already doubled and tripled. And this ain't even like motherfuckers ain't feeling good. We ain't celebrating, right? Nobody breaking out that new business lease on the Maserati. I haven't seen too many rolling down the street. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is this: it's either a down or up, and we need to figure out how we're going to make money. So let's go back to basic Freeman RNG 101 episode 7. You understand what I mean? I feel like Return to the Sith and all this motherfucker. And I said during bad times, everybody's still eating. Everybody still needs cigarettes, alcohol. Motherfuckers still need to wipe their ass. It's all kind of basic shit. You can lock down the basic shit because a lot of motherfuckers gonna be going after expensive shit. During the good times, motherfuckers want to feel good. They willing to pay more. You understand what I'm saying? Put 2 strips of that pork belly bacon on that motherfucker for people to pay $1 more for the same Whopper, homie. It's happening right in front of your eyes right now. I want you to be able to, this is our time to think and to really look at money and say, this is where we want to go. It ain't no more time to be hesitant. You got enough from me already. New dudes coming to the game. They can go back and rewind. I'm always building. I can't go back and show you foundation shit. It's on the website. It's on the podcast. But I want you to think about this shit. It's our time to capitalize. It's our time to make sure you have your eBay store up. It's our time to make sure you're selling shit on Amazon. It's our time to make sure that you got your yard sale hustle going online. It's a lot of things that we could be doing, homie. Right? It's the year for us to make money no matter what the devil does. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the year of money because we know enough. We're strong enough, and damn, somebody loves us. No, I'm joking. But the thing I'm trying to get you to understand, man, is no more do we need to be suckers to this game. Looking at shit, crying like the rest of these bitches. Trump's gonna end the world. The fuck that got to do with you? Haven't you learned enough? Haven't you heard enough? Haven't you read enough to give a fuck what they do? Last thing I'm gonna give you before I go off this podcast for today. A lot of you cats, y'all still ain't gonna know what to do. I'm gonna help you with something. Go back to school, get your master's, get your bachelor's, take that loan money, homie, and go buy a small house. Nobody gonna know that you took the loan money and did that, right? You can go ahead and pay that bullshit off and get a degree, and it's hustles to be made, man. I don't want y'all freezing on me when the shit get cold, homie. You know what I'm saying? Put on a jacket, put some Vaseline on your face, motherfucker. Let's go outside and put up our dukes on these bitches, homie. I wanted to throw that out for a lot of you cats who's hesitant to go into this game. There's always loan money from school, homie. Stop being scared that you're gonna be one of them millennial bitches in the fucking basement, homie. There's always money to be made. You can go learn something else at a tech school. You can learn a whole bunch of shit right now and get loan money for 40, 50 grand and go ahead and buy a house outright, man, and then finish that shit and don't give a fuck. I mean, think, brother. Next time, partner.
All I do is rhyme. All I do is get